You and us at the Beltway. I'm John Fredericks, and I'm your blowtorch of free speech in America. Your Godzilla of the truth. Thanks for being with us live in the Berg today in Pittsburgh. Carla Sands coming up momentarily, but I tell you what, the Patriot economy, this is it. It's rocking and rolling. Now we're in a lot of different things. We're into apparel. We're into tires. I'm a tire company, as you know, tireget.com, Ann and I. Now, I tell you what, we're also in the commercial lending business. Now, you go to a bank. Look, I buy these radio stations. We're trying to get another one in Memphis. Go to bank, 90 reams of paper. Forget it. Here's what I do. I go to my friends Brant Frost Sr. and Brant Frost Jr. at First Liberty Building and Loan in Noonan, Georgia. Why? Because I get a consultation, 15 minutes. They're going to tell me if I qualify or not. Now, then you got to do all the paperwork, of course. But the thing is, they say yes when the banks say no. They're also backed by the Small Business Administration. So if you run a business, own a business, and you want to grow your business right now, you want to expand, you want to buy a new building, you need a parking lot, you need new inventory, you need people, you own a franchise, you want to go into another territory, whatever it is that you want, go to First Liberty Building and Loan right now, check them out, have a convo with them and see if you qualify. And also they're backed by the Small Business Administration, which has money to lend. We want your small business to grow. All you have to do is go to firstlibertyga.com, firstlibertyga.com. Own a business, run a business. This is the place to go. Time to expand is now. Trump's coming in. Economy is going to be booming. Take advantage of it now. Firstlibertyga.com. Go to firstlibertyga.com and you're good to go. Brant Frost Jr., Brant Frost Sr. I love family-owned companies. Been there since 1992. Operate in all 50 states in the United States. You're good to go. Join me now. She knows a little bit about energy and investing, Carla Sands. She is now head at America First Policy Institute of their energy division. She was also the former ambassador in the Trump administration for President Trump to the Kingdom of Denmark. And she's joining us now. And Carla, it's fun to have you on because we're going to see each other in Milwaukee. You're a national delegate there, so that's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to come on my show live. I got my Trump bus going there. That's where we're going to do our show, right at the Pennsylvania Delegation Hotel. So we're fired up.
Oh, that's terrific, John. I can't wait to see you in Milwaukee, and I will be a Pennsylvania delegate. But what I'm excited to share is that I was with President Trump and Michael Whatley on last Friday, and President Trump was in great spirits. Things are going great for the campaign. He has the best campaign team I've ever seen in my life. And I was a Senate candidate, so I know a few things about assembling a team. But what we talked about, and especially Michael Whatley, was two efforts that the RNC is pushing out. And I want all of your listeners and viewers to pay attention to this. He said, go to Swamp the Vote USA. Swamp the Vote USA. It looks like this on your phone. And if you use Google as your search engine, they actually make it hard to find. I had to scroll down a ways to find it. And then there's also Trump Force 47. Trump Force 47. And these two entities that they've created will help you put your information in, tell you what your county requires to vote early. For instance, how early can you vote? Because we really want you to vote early this cycle so that we win. We know that Democrats have voted about 4-1 in early voting, and that's how these elections are getting. Well, they're being won by Democrats. For instance, John Fetterman won over Mehmet Oz for the Senate in Pennsylvania because John Fetterman had almost 1 million votes early, and Oz had only about 250,000, and it was impossible to come from that far behind in one day. So if you'll go to Trump Force 47, and then also swamptheVoteUSA.com, these are, John, two great ways for our voters and your listeners to help President Trump get reelected.
Carla, what's the difference between TrumpForce47.com and SwampTheVoteUSA.com?
So President Trump's been worried that the Democrats are going to steal the election. He's really worried about the illegal things and the sort of edgy things that the Democrats have been doing. They've been practicing for cycle after cycle now. And so what he wants is so much momentum, so many people voting before the election day that it's impossible for them to steal it. And that's why he's calling it swamp the vote. We know President Trump is an unbelievable brander, right? That's really his specialty, is he knows how to brand things and people. Think about Make America Great Again. I mean, MAGA is a brilliant brand. So if all of your listeners will go to those two entities, swampthevoteusa.com and Trump Force 47, put your information in, including your zip code and all of your, they need your information in order to help you message your friends, because they're going to help you talk to your friends and acquaintances to get them to go out to vote. Because, John, we know that how people are motivated is mostly from personal relationships. And so those people closest to you can be convinced to go out and vote for President Trump by the way you approach them. And we have digital tools to help you do that.
So basically, swampthevoteusa.com is encouraging you, whatever state you're in, vote early, because our position is if we don't vote early, we can't win. The first day of early voting is like election day. Everything else to that is cleanup. We have to get that vote in early. We have to bank our vote. A lot of people say, well, I want to wait till game day. I get it. I encourage you, don't do that. Vote early. Anything can happen on election day. Your car breaks down, your child is sick, you got to work overtime, planes late, trains late, buses late. All things happen that prevent you from voting. You can't wait in line, etc. The other thing is, when that vote is in, we don't have to follow up. We don't have to do a mailer. We don't have to do a robocall. We don't have to knock on your door. We don't have to expend resources going after you because your vote is already in as a Republican. So then we can go after the lower propensity Republican voters as the election gets closer that haven't voted. That's what the Democrats do. You save money, you save time, and you're able to focus in your resources. This is just a reality of the game. Anybody out there talking about algorithms and servers on the moon, just stop, okay? If you're going to win, you have to vote early. Same thing with, look, I've been going through this since 2020. It's all nonsense, okay? The reality is, you got to vote early. The other thing is mail-out ballots, right? If there's any chance you think you might not be around, get that mail-out ballot. That's what I do. I travel all the time. So does Ann. So does my son Joe. He's off playing baseball somewhere. Who knows where he is? We all get our mail-in ballot. We all get that in. You, depending on the state, you can track it right online. These are the things that we have to do if we're going to be competitive. If we try to do this game day thing, we're going to lose. Just like Oz was down 750 at 7 a.m. Carrie Lake down 150,000 at 7 a.m. You can't win. If you're giving the Democrats 50 days and we get 10 hours, you can't possibly win. The math doesn't work, Carla.
That's right. And John, as a matter of fact, statistically, and they did the research, 20% of the voters that intend to vote on election day don't make it in. Something happens. 20% is, I mean, like you said, that's the game changer. If those 20% of the people that something might happen had just voted early, mailed their ballot in, or walked it in early, can you imagine? That is a landslide. And we have to win this election in a landslide. And President Trump is showing he's making inroads into hard blue areas. You saw what happened in New York, even in the Bronx, not that long ago. But if you're in New York and you have 9 days of early voting, vote on that first day. Sign up for the mail-in ballot or walk into your county board, whatever is legal. And these two entities, Trump Force 47 and swampthevoteusa.com, they have the information you need for your county. That's what Michael Whatley told me. I'm going to do the research, but I want every one of your listeners to also go to those two entities, sign up. I've been mailing in my ballot for 30 years, and I've been really, really happy to do that. So you can trust it. And if you don't trust it, walk it in, and then it goes through a counter, not the machines. If you don't like the machines, mail it in or walk it in early, because that way it doesn't go through the machines. It just gets counted.
Exactly. And the difference between swampthevoteusa.com and TrumpForce47.com, TrumpForce47.com, is Trump Force 47 is to get you involved in poll watching, get you trained, get you at the polling places within the area that you're in so that you're able to monitor this election. Because the more people, we saw this in Virginia in 21 with Glenn Youngkin when we flooded the zone with the poll workers. They couldn't cheat to the extent they normally do. There's too many eyes on it, too many attorneys on it, lawyers on call 24/7. We're going to have an army of them, just like Whatley did, the new chairman in North Carolina. That's how he was able to stop the steal. What did he tell me on the show one day? He had 250 trained election lawyers on call on election day live. That's how they stopped the steal.
That's why he was appointed by President Trump or encouraged to become the head of the RNC, because of his flex on the attorneys. We're going to need that kind of attorney action. We need strong attorneys to volunteer to help us to secure the election. But like you said, one of the pieces of the Trump Force 47, this volunteer site, is that you can commit to getting 10 friends to the polls. Like, there's actionable bite-sized activities that people can do whatever they have time for, because we need every one of your listeners and viewers to become part of the team that make this happen. President Trump can't do it alone. Michael Whatley can't do it alone. They need you.
Well, we can do it together. Got to lace them up and lace them tight. We got 6 months. We have to win this election or there's no country. No excuses. Facebook is not going to do it, right? You can send all the Facebook posts you want. It's not going to do crap. Got to get involved. Action, action, action. Carla, thank you for being with us. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I look forward to seeing you in Milwaukee on the Trump bus. We'll have you sign it there. Go on our show. Carla Sands, thank you so much. You can follow Carla on social media at Carla Sands, at Carla Sands.